"Who says I love you?" I exclaimed in a white-hot rage. "You were just some boy who made me laugh at a party once, and now I hate the sight of you." My husband stiffened in shock. I could tell that mentally, he just got punched in the gut. Hard. Unfortunately, in his mental state, he wasn't looking where he was on the road. He didn't see the corner curb. Our car flipped like a helpless turtle. There was a loud crash. And this, my friend, was a divine sign from heaven. My turning point into a life of miracles. Hi, this is Amanda Ross. Let me tell you a startling secret. The car accident caused by a fight with my husband was the greatest blessing of my life. Now, why would I say such a thing? You see, I'm about to share a mind-blowing story with you of how this tragedy was really the unexpected key to manifesting unbelievable, jaw-dropping miracles on command, making you one with the divine essence. An astonishing discovery that will help you dwell in the realm of the wondrous. Imagine swimming in an ocean of abundance, joy, and love, washing away the stench of guilt, shame, and all that other yucky stuff. Because the supernatural secret that was uncovered in ancient Babylonian tombs simply mesmerized me. An unveiling of angelic delights that has allowed people to find their celestial twin flames. Yes, I now have the fairy tale marriage of my dreams. While I magnetically attract and manifest my deepest desires, even the closely held ones I had forgotten as a child. All just by uttering 4 simple sentences. Before that, let me flat out ask you, do you want to manifest the most glorious life, attracting a giddying downpour of heavenly gifts? Enjoy freedom from all these pressing problems? The empty wallet issues as bills mount up, the relationship strain with no solution in sight, the relentless assault of anxiety and depression. And yet, for some reason, you can't shake these troubles off. Like an annoying snapping turtle that slammed its jaws on your palm. Even as you frantically wave, you can't get the whippersnapper off. Let me assure you, it's not your fault. And here's why. That's because of the key tenets for the law of attraction that you may know. What you focus on expands. Simply put, if you focus on positive things will come your way. You vibrate at a higher frequency, and thus you receive higher vibration blessings. Easy, right? However, here's a massive problem. Your brain is wired for negativity. It's simply the natural state. This means you can't help but attract low vibration things. Horrors like always falling sick, getting into yet another relationship drama, suffocated by a blanket of loneliness, never-ending phone calls from creditors, a perpetual attack of anxiety, fear, and depression. No matter how hard you try, your brain is wired to be like quicksand, pulling you down in the abyss the more you struggle. In a bit, I'll show you the science behind it. In the meantime, does that sound hopeless? What can you do? Should you just give up on an exhilarating existence? The answer is a resounding no, because here's the good news. There's a startling principle called vibrational wings contained in the dusty annals of ancient sacred scriptures. It's a hidden mythical mantra that acts like a magic jetpack. You simply need to strap it on, and then you will be nearly immediately launched into a permanent high vibration state and stay there without ever coming down again. You're like an angel flying in the air. Those low vibration troubles and worries, gone, left in the pit where they belong. With just a few spoken words, you nearly automatically become a high vibration person who effortlessly attracts all the good things in life. The easy finances, the perfect health, the slim body, the sizzling relationships, the angelic wisdom. I know that probably sounds audacious, but bear with me. However, with the vibrational wings secret I'm about to show you, you have the astounding capacity to change your DNA. Yes, no kidding. Transform your mind, instantly make you a better person. It's almost like a brain transplant, albeit taking a few seconds without the mess of surgery. Best of all, it's backed by both science and the supernatural. Are you starting to get inspired yet? So let me tell you what happened after the terrible accident and the unbelievable miracles that transpired. The crash was bad, real bad. Oddly enough, all I had was a few bruises on my body. I felt guilt. After all, did me saying hurtful things help cause this tragedy? Yet my poor husband got the brunt of it, and he was lying bruised and broken on a hospital bed with a beeping machine. Every time I looked at his purple, beaten face, I was instantly filled with a searing sense of shame. Was it true I didn't love him? Was I careless in my words? Did I cause all this? Upon deep reflection, I realized that wasn't the case. While he had a few bad habits, he was a kind man at the very core. After all, I did marry him. I vowed, if he ever recovers, I'll make sure things will be different this time round. A fresh start. Then, something happened that brought my good intentions crashing back to earth. I received a phone call from a number that instantly caused me to have chills shooting down my spine. It was my landlord, and we had avoided his calls for weeks. I realized it wasn't good form to keep doing that, so I picked up the phone sheepishly, and what I heard caused my spirit to shrink. To my dismay, I learned my husband did not pay rent for nearly 3 months. And if we didn't do anything, we'd be evicted in 11 days. 3 young kids, a husband in the hospital, me being a homemaker with no other source of income. What horrible timing! My head was spinning at the bad news. But before I could collapse helplessly in tears, I left the hospital to gather my thoughts and breathe in some fresh air. And then something remarkable happened. It's this very thing that can empower you to manifest miracle turnarounds for your crazy situations at will. Manifest freedom from anxiety and depression nearly instantly. Manifest the most loving, fulfilling relationships with no more disappointment. After walking aimlessly for a few minutes, I came across a rinky-dink secondhand bookstore. The rundown signboard said, "Heaven on Earth." That struck me as funny since it looked so dilapidated, a curious historical oddity amongst all the modern streets. Pearly gates with streets of gold, this ain't. And here's the crazy thing. I'd never seen it before. Yet, I was absolutely drawn to go in. It was almost like it possessed a magnetic attraction. Beyond possessing swollen eyes drenched with tears, I wasn't even much of a reader at that time. As if I was following a prompting by the universe, I entered. Amidst the old, dusty tombs, manning the counter, I saw a handsome blonde young man dressed in this weird color of cobalt blue. Here I was thinking, what is such a good-looking young man like this, with such a radical fashion sense and chiseled good looks, working in a dead-end job as a second-hand bookstore clerk? He looked up and smiled and said, "What's your name, dear?" Immediately after he spoke, I was stunned. His booming, bassy voice contained compassion like I'd never heard, yet a fierceness like a battle-worn warrior. He had bright blue eyes with a kind yet knowing twinkle. Realizing my silence was a little rude, I collected myself and answered, my name is Amanda." "Hi, Amanda. It's nice to meet you." "My name is Michael. How can I help?" Before I could respond with a lame excuse like, "Just looking, thanks," he volunteered, "Something tells me you're not here to buy some books." I'm usually a private person, but for some reason, I don't know if it was his voice, his caring manner, or those eyes of intense, fiery attention, like I was the most valuable person on earth, I started pouring my guts out, accompanied by white-hot tears, about the accident, about my husband in a coma, about my failure as a wife and mother, how we had this crazy debt, how we were going to be kicked out of our home. Michael listened attentively. I blushed with humiliation. "Oh my, here I am talking your ear off." Michael said it was okay. He then said, "Don't worry, everything will turn out all right." He continued, "You know something? Whenever I'm in trouble, I say this simple phrase, and then almost instantly, I get bailed out. You want to hear it?" I nodded in agreement. "I call it the prayer of Daniel. It goes something like this. Hear, O God, my prayers. Look in favor at my pain. Hear and act. Don't delay, for I bear your name." It struck me as somewhat unusual. The words almost had a Shakespearean quality. At this point, I figured I had nothing to lose. I scrawled those words onto a piece of paper that was floating around. I thanked him and left. However, just as I was about to go, Michael gave some really strange parting words. "Your family will save you." Now, before I go into why those weird words totally rocked my world, Michael mentioned the prayer of Daniel. But did you know something remarkable about prayer? Prayer is scientifically proven to put you in a theta state far quicker than anything else on earth. Yes, even meditation. The theta state is the high vibration state where you start attracting the good things in life. These include the ability to unleash that massive dormant potential that lies within you, enabling you to achieve more than you ever thought possible. Release a gushing river of peace. Come dip and cleanse yourself of the sorrows that stain you. Set crystal clear intention to the universe, so you'll get every single one of your heart's desires, no matter how small. You see, here's the unvarnished truth. In a Queensland Brain Institute study done on March 26, 2016, conducted at the University of Queensland, researchers found that when they measured the brain waves of the test group, they entered theta even faster than the monks. Are you starting to see how prayer can launch you into the zone of extraordinary, where the impossible is made possible nearly instantly? I didn't know how significant this scientific fact was until a little later. Now, back to the story. Even though the prayer of Daniel seemed unusual, I prayed those words anyway. Hear, O God, my prayers. Look in favor at my pain. Hear and act. Don't delay, for I bear your name. Almost instantly, something remarkable happened. I received a phone call from the landlord who apologized and said he was harsh in judging the situation after hearing about the accident. And if I could pay 1 month instead of 3, he'll let us remain. Was that divine coincidence? Again, I prayed this prayer over and over like a mantra, and more miracles manifested out of the blue. Hear, O God, my prayers. Look in favor at my pain. Hear and act. Don't delay, for I bear your name. The next day, my husband roused from his coma. His initial words were, "I'm sorry for being such an idiot." And we hugged for a long, long time, with tears streaming down our faces. Hear, O God, my prayers. Look in favor at my pain. Hear and act. Don't delay, for I bear your name. After hours of the most intimate heart-to-heart chats, I did my usual lottery run at the nearby convenience store. For some reason this time, instead of putting in my lucky numbers, I decided to put all my children's ages. Again, like a force guiding me. My oldest temperamental teen was Tyler. He's 13. Then there was the middle child, Aaron. He was 7. Finally, there was my youngest sweetheart, Ashley. She was 3. So my numbers were 03, 07, 13. I thought nothing of it, as I was already enjoying such an intensely pleasurable life. Anything beyond this is an extravagant bonus. However, as per habit, I prayed the prayer again. Now, why don't you try it? Come say it with me. Hear, O God, my prayers. Look in favor at my pain. Hear and act. Don't delay, for I bear your name. Do you feel something stirring? Are you starting